SHA CARRI Richardson wins gold. United States unforgettable 4x100m victory at Tokyo 25 World Championships. A storm in Tokyo. The evening sky over Tokyo's National Stadium was anything but friendly. Heavy clouds gathered, and rain began to splatter across the track like tiny drumbeats. For many, this weather spelled doom, slippery exchanges, risky sprints, and history's cruel reminder that relays are as fragile as glass. But for SHA CARRI Richardson and Team USA, this night was not about the storm. It was about destiny. The women's 4x100m relay final was set to be one of the most anticipated races of the championships. Rivals from Jamaica, Britain, and Canada all lined up with fire in their eyes. The Americans had speed, yes, but they also carried the burden of redemption, the journey of SHA CARRI. To understand why this night mattered, you have to understand the story of SHA CARRI Richardson. Once hailed as the fastest woman in the world, her journey was anything but smooth. Suspensions, criticism, doubt, all of it weighed heavy on her shoulders. She had been painted as controversial, brash, even reckless. But through it all, SHA CARRI never stopped believing in her fire. By 2025, she wasn't just a sprinter. She was a symbol of resilience, of the power to fall, rise, and then fly faster than ever before. Her presence in this relay wasn't just about speed. It was about redemption, leadership, and showing the world that her story wasn't over. It was only beginning. The lineup. The USA women's relay team was a blend of speed and strategy. Melissa Jefferson, the explosive starter. Gabby Thomas, the elegant powerhouse of the backstretch. SHA CARRI Richardson, the fiery cave runner, the emotional core. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, the calm finisher, a 400m hurdles queen now anchoring the sprint relay. Their rivals. Jamaica, headlined by Shericka Jackson, still chasing gold after a tense season. Great Britain, always dangerous in relays. And Canada, led by rising stars hungry to spoil the party. The build-up. The stadium was electric. Fans wrapped in rain ponchos waved flags. Chants of USA battled against Jamaican drums and British cheers. SHA CARRI bounced on her toes, hair tied back tight, eyes locked. Rain slid down her arms, but she barely noticed. "This is our night," she whispered. Sydney, calm as always, smiled. "Let's make history." The race begins. The gun cracked like thunder. Leg 1, Melissa Jefferson, basting from the blocks. Jefferson's start was electric. She attacked the rain, exploding down the straight with flawless acceleration. By the first exchange, the US was slightly ahead. Leg 2, Gabby Thomas. Gabby's tall, elegant stride carried the baton down the backstretch. Smooth, powerful, and efficient, she kept the Americans in front despite pressure from Jamaica's Natasha Morrison. The rain was now heavier, but Thomas handled it like a seasoned pro. Then came the moment the world was waiting for. SHA CARRI's fire. The baton slapped into SHA CARRI Richardson's hand, and Tokyo erupted. The third leg, the cave, is the most dangerous in wet conditions. But SHA CARRI didn't see puddles. She saw opportunity. Her orange hair whipped behind her. Her arms pumped like pistons, and she tore around the bend like a storm herself. The Jamaican runner tried to close in, but SHA CARRI widened the gap. She screamed mid-sprint, a battle cry through the rain, and then thrust the baton forward into Sydney's hand. The exchange was clean. The crowd was deafening. Sydney brings it home. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, usually graceful in hurdles, was now a sprinter possessed. Her form was poetry. Knees high, arms smooth, eyes forward. Behind her, Shericka Jackson fought to chase her down, the Jamaican crowd roaring her name. But Sydney didn't panic. She found another gear, slicing through raindrops as if they weren't even there. The finish line came closer. 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 And then, it was done. The moment of victory. Gold medal USA. 41.65 seconds. Championship record. Silver medal Jamaica. 41.95 seconds. Bronze medal Great Britain. 42.20 seconds. The Americans erupted in joy. SHA CARRI fell to her knees in tears, then leapt up screaming, "Gold, baby! We did it!" Sydney wrapped her arms around her teammates. Gabby waved to the crowd. Jefferson punched the A. And SHA CARRI. She grabbed a flag, draped it over her shoulders, and shouted into the rain. They said we couldn't. But we did. And we did it together. The world reacts. Social media exploded within seconds. SHA CARRI is back. This is her era. USA Women's Relay just made history. Rain or shine, champions shine brightest. Even rivals acknowledge greatness. Usain Bolt himself tweeted, "Big respect to USA tonight. SHA CARRI on the curve was fired. Beyond the medal. For SHA CARRI, this wasn't just about a medal. It was about redemption. It was about proving that resilience is faster than failure. It was about showing that when the world doubts you, you can write your own ending. For the team, it was about unity. For women, 4 stories, 1 baton, handed cleanly through rain, doubt, and history. And for the fans, it was about hope. That even in the storm, greatness can shine. Legacy in the rain. The Tokyo 2025 Women's 4x100m will go down as one of the greatest races ever run. Not because of the record, not because of the medals, but because of the story. SHA CARRI Richardson proved herself once again, not just as a sprinter, but as a legend of resilience. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone reminded the world why she's one of the most versatile champions alive. Gabby Thomas and Melissa Jefferson showed the power of teamwork. Together, they turned a rainy night into a golden memory. Epilogue, champions through the storm. As the rain finally eased and the medal ceremony began, SHA CARRI held her gold medal up to the sky. The storm had tried to stop them. History had tried to doubt them. But nothing could hold them back. The scoreboard glowed, USA gold. The crowd chanted. The flags waved. The anthem played. And somewhere deep in her heart, SHA CARRI Richardson smiled. Not just for herself, but for every believer, every doubter, and every dreamer watching. Because on that night in Tokyo, in the storm, she showed the world. Champions are born in sunshine. Legends are made in rain. Raincloud # gold medal United States. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.